Imagine someone following you all day. This person whispers insults in your ear. They call you stupid when you make a mistake. They tell you that you are a failure. They say you do not deserve love. You would never let a stranger speak to you this way. You would walk away from that person. But there is a shocking truth you must face. This person is actually you. You are harboring a silent killer inside your own mind. This killer is murdering your dreams right now. It is poisoning your relationships. It is destroying your future potential. Most people are not even aware of this destructive force. Recent research from Harvard University shows a painful reality. 87% of people treat themselves worse than their enemies. Think about the words you say to yourself every day. You might tell yourself you are incompetent. You might think you are not enough. This is not just a bad habit. It is a systemic problem that ruins lives.
A study from Stanford shows that low self-esteem leads to failure. It makes your relationships toxic. It even causes serious health problems. Not loving yourself is like a poisonous gas. It seeps into every corner of your world. You might think this is not your problem, but ask yourself some honest questions. How do you react when you make a mistake? Do you forgive yourself quickly? Or do you blame yourself for hours? When you look in the mirror, what do you see? Do you see your beauty? Or do you only count your flaws? Your relationship with yourself is like a marriage. For many people, it is a toxic one. Welcome to NGB Stories. We are glad you are here with us today. If you find this video helpful, please subscribe to our channel. Your support helps us create more educational content for you. Now, let us dive deeper into the science of self-love. A person who lacks self-love sees the world as a threat.
Their brain stays in a state of constant alarm. Scientists at the University of Wisconsin have proven this. People with low self-esteem have hyperactive threat systems in the brain. This means life actually looks more frightening to you. Your brain interprets every situation as a danger. This is not just in your head. It is physical. It shows up in brain scans. When you criticize yourself, your brain feels physical pain. The centers for physical injury are activated. Words do hurt. Every negative thing you say to yourself is like a knife wound to the brain. But why do we do this? Why are we so cruel to ourselves? The answer is simple and tragic. We were programmed this way. No baby is born hating themselves. Watch a small child. They fall down and they laugh. They do not feel ashamed. They do not call themselves stupid. They are at peace with who they are. But then things change as we grow up. We receive messages from the world around us. We see tired looks from our parents. We hear words that imply we are not good enough. These messages are carved into our souls. Research at Johns Hopkins University is very clear. Over 70% of children experience conditional love before age 7. They learn that love must be earned. They think they must get good grades to be loved. They think they must stay quiet to be worthy. This is where the disaster begins. We learn that we are not enough as we are. We feel we must perform to deserve affection. This message follows us into adulthood. We hear that old voice at work. We hear it in our social circles. It tells us to work harder. It tells us to be more beautiful. It tells us to be more successful. But the truth is, you will never be enough this way. Sufficiency cannot be measured by external things. This is a race that never ends. You exhaust yourself every single day. Dependency on external approval is a major mental health problem. And social media has made this much worse. Every like or comment gives your brain a tiny burst of dopamine. But this feeling is temporary. It only lasts about 7 minutes. And then the emptiness returns. You want more likes. You want more followers. You want more approval. This is an insidious addiction. External approval is never satisfying. 1,000 people can applaud you today, but one person's criticism tomorrow will ruin everything. The real problem is not outside of you. The problem is inside. As long as you do not approve of yourself, nothing else matters. True satisfaction comes from internal approval. This means having a fair and compassionate relationship with yourself. It is not about being perfect. It is about accepting your human weaknesses. Think about your best friend. If they made a mistake, would you call them a failure? Of course not. You would support them. You would tell them that making mistakes is human. But we are not that kind to ourselves. Research shows that 91% of people say things to themselves they would never say to anyone else. You call yourself an idiot. You call yourself ugly. You believe these internal lies. This makes you your own worst enemy. It sabotages your career. You do not apply for promotions because you think you do not deserve them. It ruins your health. You stop caring for your body because you feel unimportant. A study at UCLA found that low self-esteem increases chronic disease by 40%. But there is good news. You were programmed, and programs can be changed. Your brain can form new connections. This is called neuroplasticity. Your brain can erase old harmful patterns. Research at Oxford proves this is possible. Just 8 weeks of compassion practice creates permanent changes. You can reprogram your brain right now. You must make a decision today. Stop treating yourself like an enemy. Loving yourself is a survival strategy. It is the foundation for your health. External success like money or fame only explains 10% of happiness. The other 90% comes from inside. It comes from the relationship you have with yourself. A person who loves themselves lives in a different world. They look in the mirror and smile. They do not search for flaws. When they make a mistake, they learn and move on. They do not need the approval of others. This freedom gives them wings. Imagine waking up tomorrow with a quiet mind. The critical voice is gone. A supportive voice takes its place. It tells you that you are priceless. This is not a fantasy. It is possible for you. But first, you must forgive yourself. Forgive yourself for being unfair to yourself for years. You did not know any better. Nobody taught you how to love yourself. But now you are learning. This is the greatest adventure of your life. People with high self-love are much happier. They are more successful. They have healthier relationships. The first step is awareness. Notice how you treat yourself today. Listen to your internal dialogue. What is your tone of voice? Is it supportive or critical? Awareness changes everything. You cannot change what you do not notice. The second step is the decision to act differently. This opens new pathways in your brain. You deserve love just as you are.
You do not need to prove anything to anyone. You are already enough. When you show yourself compassion, your body changes. Measurable biochemical shifts happen inside you. Brain scans show that kind thoughts activate reward centers.
Serotonin and dopamine levels rise. Treating yourself kindly feels as good as a luxury vacation. But self-criticism does the opposite. It activates the regions of the brain that process physical pain. Your brain thinks you are being physically injured. It sends signals as if you were slapped. Negative words are real weapons. If someone hurt you physically every day, you would leave. But you hurt yourself emotionally every day. You must stop pouring salt on your own wounds. You must treat your emotional injuries with compassion. Research shows that compassion meditation lowers stress hormones. It strengthens your immune system. It improves your sleep. Your brain can build a compassion highway. At first, this new way of thinking is a small trail, but the more you practice, the wider it gets. Soon, compassion becomes your default mode. You are literally building a more compassionate brain. This also makes you more empathetic toward others. How you treat yourself affects how you treat the world. Mirror neurons ensure this is true. If you are kind to yourself, you will be kind to others. Let us talk about your brain's emotional tone. The left side of your brain is for joy and hope. The right side is for anxiety and fear. Chronic self-critics have an overactive right side, but compassion practice switches the activity to the left side. You can literally rewire your brain for happiness. Most participants in these studies feel much happier in just 8 weeks. This happens without any change in their external life. Only their brain changed. Compassion also releases oxytocin. This is the love hormone. It creates feelings of trust and safety. It calms the fear center of your brain, known as the amygdala. In the modern world, our amygdala is always on alarm. It perceives a boss's look as a lion's attack. Self-criticism keeps you in fight-or-flight mode. Your heart rate speeds up, your muscles tense. You cannot think clearly in this state. But compassion sends a message of safety. Your body relaxes. Your logic center turns back on. You can make wise decisions again. This transformation begins immediately. Just 5 minutes of compassion can change your physiology. Every morning, say kind words to yourself. Tell yourself that you are amazing. It might feel fake at first, but you are just becoming aware of the truth. The lie is that you are worthless. The truth is that you are a miracle. You are a trillion-celled conscious being. You are priceless. When you tell yourself the truth, your brain accepts it. Modern compassion meditation is simple. You do not need a special position. You just need to focus on the soothing system of your brain. Most of us have an overactive threat system. We are always in alarm mode. We never relax. Compassion meditation strengthens the system that provides safety. Participants in studies saw a huge reduction in anxiety. Just close your eyes and breathe. Tell yourself that you deserve to be loved. Feel warmth in your heart for 10 minutes. This helps everyone around you too. Loving yourself is not selfish. It is a form of generosity. You cannot pour from an empty glass. Your brain never says it is too late to change. Even at age 80, your brain can form new pathways. You just have to start now. Why is loving yourself so hard? The answer is hidden in your childhood. You did not come into the world with self-hate. Babies love their reflection. They do not judge their bodies. They do not feel ashamed when they fail. But over 80% of children learn to feel inadequate by age 9. We internalize the belief that we are not good enough. Adults often transfer their own wounds to children without knowing it. A perfectionist parent might make a child feel messy and wrong. A success-oriented parent might make a child feel like their best is never enough. Every time a parent asks, "Why not 100?" the child hears, "You are not enough." This is conditional love. It teaches the child that love must be earned. If you make a mistake, you become worthless. This voice echoes in your mind when you are 40 years old. It tells you to be better or you won't be loved. Sometimes the pressure is emotional. Children are told not to cry or be scared. Their emotions are rejected. They learn that their feelings are wrong. This leads to depression and anxiety in adulthood. Even small moments of neglect create deep wounds. If a tired parent says, "Not now," a child feels like a burden. These messages pass down through generations. Your parents likely received the same messages from their parents. Society also programs us. Schools categorize us by grades. Peer groups force us to wear masks to be accepted. Media tells us we are lacking. It says we must buy more and be more to be valuable. By age 18, the belief that we are not enough is deep in our bones. Your inner critic is a combination of all these past voices. You might criticize yourself 6,000 times a day. You think this is your voice, but it is just a ghost of the past. You are now responsible for healing that inner child. Imagine yourself at age 7. Approach that child and tell them they matter. Tell them they are enough just as they are. This is a powerful therapy technique. It reduces trauma symptoms significantly. Do this every day. Another technique is writing letters from an ideal parent. Write what you needed to hear as a child. Tell yourself that you are proud of who you are. It is normal to cry during this. It means you are healing. You must also learn to forgive your parents. This is not about justifying them. It is about freeing yourself. Resentment is a poison that burns you, not them. Forgiving means letting go of the chains of the past. It decreases depression and anger. Finally, forgive yourself. You did the best you could with what you knew. Now you know more, and you will do better. We must also break the addiction to external approval. We check social media 43 times a day for validation. This activates the same reward centers as gambling or drugs. It is an addiction. We lose our freedom because we care too much about what others think. We wear masks and forget who we are. External approval is a castle made of sand. It is not permanent. It only lasts about 18 hours. Internal approval is eternal. It does not change with the weather. Observe how many times you seek approval today. Understand the difference between appreciation and approval. Appreciation is a bonus. Approval is a need. Celebrate your own efforts at the end of every day. Write down 3 things you are proud of. This strengthens your internal approval muscle. Separate your value from your roles. You are not just your job title. You are more than your achievements. You are a conscious being with the capacity for courage. Stop taking criticism personally. Evaluate it objectively. If it is destructive, ignore it. Live according to your own truths. Choose your own values. This gives you an internal compass. Redefine your relationship with social media. Use it to connect, not to get approval. Take regular digital detoxes to feel more free. Form real connections with people. Show your vulnerability. One deep friendship is better than 300 superficial ones. Create rituals for self-approval. Tell yourself you are beautiful every morning. Reward yourself just for existing. Be patient with this process. You will not change overnight. But every small step matters. You are becoming the creator of your own life. Self-love is built on 4 sacred pillars. The first pillar is self-awareness. This is the art of knowing yourself. Most of us live on autopilot. We are not aware of our thoughts or feelings. Awareness is witnessing yourself without judgment. Practice a body scan once a day. Notice the tension or relaxation in your body. This connects your mind and your emotions. Keep a thought journal. Write down your recurring patterns. You will see how often you criticize yourself. Use emotional checkpoints throughout the day. Name your emotions to manage them. Remember that you are the observer of your thoughts. You are not the thoughts themselves. The second pillar is self-acceptance. This is making peace with your flaws. It is giving up the need to be perfect. You can improve yourself without rejecting yourself. Accept that your flaws have a purpose. Maybe your sensitivity makes you empathetic. Maybe your perfectionism helps you do quality work. Forgive your past mistakes. You cannot change what happened. Let go of the weight of regret. Release yourself from shame. Shame tells you that you are bad, but you are not bad. You were just told that you were. Share your shame with someone you trust. This makes it evaporate. The third pillar is self-compassion. This is being a friend to yourself. Most people are more kind to their friends than themselves. Treat yourself with the same kindness. When you suffer, acknowledge that it is a difficult moment. Remember that everyone suffers. Choose to be kind. Use physical touch to comfort yourself. Place your hand on your heart and breathe. This releases hormones that make you feel safe. Change your inner dialogue to a supportive one. The fourth pillar is self-care. This is taking your needs seriously. You cannot pour from an empty glass. Self-care includes physical health like sleep and exercise. It includes emotional health like setting boundaries. It includes mental health like learning new things. And it includes spiritual health like spending time in nature. These 4 pillars build an unshakable foundation. When you strengthen them, you build lasting self-love. The critical voice will finally go silent. Your true voice will become audible. You are worth the effort. You are enough.